Hi, welcome back to Detailing World. Today we've got a full detail to crack on with and we're looking at a Land Rover Discovery. So this car belongs to the sister-in-law and it's used to carry the dog about, so there's a lot of pet hair inside, and it's also used to go up to the farm where the horse is kept. So as you can imagine, all the wheel wells and the wheels just quite neglected it. It basically looks like a standard Discovery. It's how a Discovery and that kind of car should look, really. It's a 2007 model with about 162,000 miles on there, and yeah, it's probably well overdue a really good deep clean. It rained last night. There's not a single sign of any protection on the paintwork whatsoever, so I'll probably give it a coat of wax at the end of this. But really today it's more about trying to deep clean the inside. Just a little side note before we crack on with this, I've not got a wet vac. If you can suggest any wet vacs, put a link in the comments below on what you recommend. I used to have one, but it blew up some years ago. It was one of those wet and dry combos. I'm thinking of just getting a dedicated wet vac rather than a wet and dry. So yeah, let us know below your recommendations and let's crack on with the detail. So first of all then, you may notice it's actually a Freelander, not a Disco, as I kept saying in the garage there. We're going to start off by doing a hell of a lot of rinsing here, and normally I would go around and do one wheel at a time and then go into the bodywork, but as I said, there's so much rinsing going off here. I'm literally just working the car in a clockwise motion. So I started at the front driver's wheel and then just work my way around doing the bodywork and then the wheel, then the boot, and so on. Basically, you get the idea. It might be a good idea to pause this right now, go and get yourself a brew if you've not already got one. It is going to be quite a long video, and yeah, we'll just watch a few shots rinsing it all off, and you can see the amount of mud and dirt and just farm muck coming off this vehicle. So yeah, just sit back, relax and enjoy it. So for those who are wondering, the pressure washer that I'm using here is the Kranzel 2160 TS. I did do an unboxing on this a few months ago when I first got this, and to be honest, I'm absolutely loving this pressure washer. I've also tightened up the end of this lance, as some people mentioned in one of the previous videos it was leaking a fair bit. So yeah, I might do a video on how to do any minor repairs to your pressure washer. Just let me know in the comments below if that's something you'd be interested in. I'll also put a link as well to the video of the unboxing. So with all the rinsing done, then it's onto just working it as normal. So starting off with the wheels. So here I'm using Auto Smart wheels. You can use this as a tyre cleaner. As you can see, it really does pull all the grime out there, rather than using a separate all-purpose cleaner. If you know the wheels are going to be horrendous, or should I say tyres, you may as well use this wheel cleaner as a tyre cleaner as well, which is something I've done for many years when I'm not using the all-purpose cleaner. So yeah, we'll go around and give it one hit now, and we'll come back to it in a moment as well. We'll give it a hit with fallout remover. It is worth mentioning as well, you should really clean the arches first. So here I'm still on the front wheel, but I'm now doing the arch, realising my mistake. I do the arches first on the other three wheels. So I know I said I wasn't going to use all-purpose cleaner on the tyres, but I'm just seeing with the Koch Chemie Green Star at 30:1 how clean the tyres are after one hit of Auto Smart. And you can see the foam's near enough white, so that means they are practically as clean as you're going to get. So yeah, we'll just go around all the other arches, Koch Chemie at 30:1 to soak them, let the wheel cleaner sit on, and yeah, you can see what I'm doing right here. So yeah, we'll crack on with the rest of the wheels. This little tyre brush as well, this is one that came from Max Shine. Again, I did a video on a bunch of products that they sent me. They're mainly tooling company. Normally I use like a little dish brush to clean the tyres, but now this one, because of the massive sidewalls, that little tyre brush came in really, really handy for the tyres on this Freelander. So with all the wheels given an initial clean, then it was onto the Valet Pro Dragon's Breath. So this is something I don't normally do, but I'm using the fallout remover now rather than later on, just because I know I was going to snow foam over the top of these. And yeah, you can see the bleeding coming out there. So with the snow foam on top, that allows the product to sit on there longer and therefore hopefully work a lot longer as well without me needing to do too much effort after the fact. Bonus points goes to anyone who can count how many extra pairs of hands I had in this detail. So yeah, as you can see, this car's probably never really had this level of detail, so going around all the rubbers, the door handles, and yes, the fuel filler cap as well. If you don't show it, you didn't do it. So yeah, it's probably never been cleaned to this level before, and you can see all the black dirt and crud coming out of the door rubbers, the window rubbers. You'll see a lot of that throughout this video really, but what do you expect? As I say, it is a farm vehicle. It's used to carry the dog and to go up to the farm where the horse is kept, so it's used exactly how it was intended to be used, you know, going off-road and getting to those dirty places really. So for the wash stage then, I use the Auto Smart Pure shampoo. I mean, there's no sign of any wax sealing or even that the car's ever been polished, and yep, some levitating trickery going off here as well. Yeah, it's such a high roof on these. Yeah, you got to break out the levitation tricks. If you've ever wondered why Auto Glim do have 3 shampoos, we did a video on that again just a few weeks ago. I'll put a link up in the top corner and also in the description below as well if you want to check that out after this video. Yeah, a really good video explaining why they have the bodywork shampoo conditioner, the pure shampoo and the ultra high definition shampoo as well. So with the initial wash done then, it's back on with the all-purpose cleaner and the brush. Now I know this is something you do towards the beginning of the wash stage, but the idea, as I said, was getting the bodywork clean, and I'm just going over some bits that I didn't do initially and something I can just take a bit more time on now the snow foam's not sitting on there. So we hit all the large plastic surface areas, so these skirts, sills, whatever you want to call these at the bottom of the doors, using a 4:1 all-purpose cleaner. It's Auto Smart's G101 with the Dodo Juice Hog's Hair large brush. Just something a bit stiffer to basically get all the grime out of the pores of the plastic, and also doing the door shuts as well while we're at it. So yeah, we've got a lovely interior to deal with here today then. As I keep saying, it goes to the farm a lot, hence all the dust and dirt in here. The dog hair was mainly contained into the boot area. That's where the dog's, you know, basically loaded in the morning. She sits in the boot. So first things first, get around all the door cards and little storage cupboards and everything like that and clear out as much as you can. Obviously if it's a customer's car and you may not know the owner, be careful where you're putting your hands. Yeah, don't go in blind basically. And also wear some PPE as well. So I'm usually wearing gloves and sometimes a mask, even if it is family's car or anything like that. The interiors can be quite horrible places, and I wore a mask particularly on this one simply because the amount of dust and dirt inside. So I knew it was all going to be flinging up. I didn't really want to be breathing that in. Wearing goggles as well also helps stop getting debris in your eyes as well, which I've had happen in the past. Here we're cleaning the mats again with the Green Star 30:1 dilution ratio, and then just basically pressure washing them clean afterwards. Here, this was done later on, so there was still some dirt and grime left, so I've hit it again this time with some steam, see if that would help get some more like grime out of there. It did help a little, you can still see some dirt coming out. They're not perfect, but again, I keep repeating myself here, it is a vehicle used exactly what it was intended to be used for. So with the car emptied and the mats all clean, then it's onto the initial hoover. So basically what I do first is go around with the open hose and remove as much of the loose debris and dirt as possible. So I'm not going for pure 100% clean here, but just getting up a lot of the large particles and major bits of dust. And as if it couldn't get any more cliche, find a bit of straw under the driver's seat as well. So yeah, whilst trying to clean this out then, I noticed that little screw at the bottom of the screen there. Just remove these along with the boot floor as well, make it a lot easier. Remove what you can. In an ideal world, I would have had the seats out, and as I say, if I had a wet vac, I'd have wet vac the seats. So it might come to me again at a future point. But whilst that was out, just hoover around the electric parts, being careful not to dislodge anything. Here I must spend a good half an hour cleaning this board out. Really I could again do with some drill attachments to get this pet hair out. But yeah, with the Meguiar's pet brush, it really did shorten the time down. So it was just a case of spinning the board around in different directions and going at it in multiple directions. Then every now and again, getting the hoover on it just to basically suck up the loose hair, and then just repeat and keep going until you're happy with the results that you want. So yeah, that's pretty much as good as we're going to be getting this today then. As I said, probably a drill attachment to get the rest of the hair out would have helped a lot on this one. And then finally, all interior fabrics were treated with the Young Cars deodorizer, and that's leaving nice luminescent as well as And once again, back out with the all-purpose cleaner. Again, this is still the 4:1 mix. Just going through all the interior plastics. This time working on the boot before getting to the sort of cabin area, so to speak, of the car. Yeah, get this out of the way because this was the worst bit with all the pet hair, and now it's just a case of cleaning all the mud and dirt that's accumulated in the footwells and door sills. So with the APC work all done then, it's back onto a second and third hoover. So once again, we're just getting a second hoover here, and then I like to use a stiff brush as well and just really sweep the carpets out and then just hoover up the little piles that I gather. So yeah, very time consuming, but well worth it in the end. Unfortunately, I missed focus here. I just wanted to show that I did clean the dash. Here, what we're using is a slightly damp brush. So I've not sprayed anything onto the dash. I don't want to get anything in the electronics. Same with the air vent here. I've just dampened the brush slightly to try and get in there, and then just wrapped a microfiber around the back of the handle to dry inside. And then we'll finish everything off with the Auto Glands interior detailer. So finally we're getting to the end then. I did want to give the car a full wax, but the rain just kept threatening, hence why there's some footage missing of cleaning the glass work and a few other bits and bobs that I was doing. We're using the Stiana Gloss Parlour to give it a final wipe down, so that should give it a few weeks, maybe a couple of months of protection there. Again, we've done a full video on the entire range of Stiana Gloss. I'll put a link to that as well at the top and in the description. So if you've not checked Stiana Gloss out, it is well worth checking some of their products out. They have a great selection of products to choose from. Okay, so there we have it then. It wasn't a full exterior detail as such. It was about making the car looking clean on the outside and just getting all the mud and crud off there really, and just getting a quick layer of protection on there. I did want to wax the car, but the rain kept threatening, so yeah, we went ahead with the Parlour from Stiana Gloss, the spray sealant. So that's what we used to apply a little bit of protection all over the paintwork. Obviously dress the tyres and trim and all of that jazz off camera. But yeah, it was more about sprucing up that interior and getting rid of the dog hair. As always, I do try and put the links in the description below to all the tools and products that we do use on one of these kind of details, because I do like to try and mix things up and use a bit of everything from all sorts of brands that I've used over the past year or two, or even longer, some of the old faithfuls as well. So yeah, if there's anything you want to try tool-wise or product-wise, make sure you check those links in the description. So as always, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please make sure you smash that like button, and if you're not subscribed to this channel already, please do consider subscribing. Also comment below as well. So this is the second sort of transformation video we've done. Would you like to see more of these? Also, don't forget to check us out on Instagram at Detailing World Official. You can also support the channel by joining us on Patreon at patreon.com/detailingworld. Again, all the links in the description below. And finally, don't forget to check out our new merch range. So we've got a few new products in the merch store. Again, you see some of those under the video, especially if you're watching on the YouTube website, you'll see the products pop up there. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next video.